The motorbike taxi driver strike and unrest that erupted today, December 11, 2025, did not occur in isolation. It unfolded against a backdrop of heightened national tensions tied to ongoing post-election protests and transport sector grievances. The strike itself was sparked by a police officer firing at a motorcycle taxi rider in the Douala neighborhood late on the night of December 10, that is late night yesterday, an incident that ignited anger among motor taxi men who already feel targeted and economically constrained in Cameroon's largest city of Douala. The shooting or the Okada rider, widely condemned locally, catalyzed an immediate protest on Thursday, that was today, with many riders parking their bikes on key roads and blockading traffic in areas such as Douala and Bipanda. Authorities struggled to contain the unrest in the early hours. Police in riot units were deployed to clear blockades. Some motorcycles were confiscated and towed from major intersections as clashes between riders and security forces unfolded. Although the protests gradually dissipated by late afternoon, today we are talking about, the immediate grievances of riders have not been fully addressed. The unrest of today must be understood within the broader post-election crisis gripping Cameroon since October 2025, following the contested re-election of Paul Biya. Opposition figures, notably Issa Chiroma Bakari, claimed victory and mobilized sustained protest movements in Douala and the northern regions of Cameroon, including the west. This has led to frequent urban unrest and government attempts to suppress demonstrations ever since. In October, authorities even imposed restrictions on motor taxi circulation in Douala, including a ban on their movement through key areas on certain days, as part of measures aimed at limiting protests and to maintain public order, they said. Despite these efforts, many motor taxi drivers openly defied the restrictions, underscoring deep resentment towards administrative edicts seen as disconnected from their economic reality. The motorbike taxi strike today also echoes broader transport sector discontent. Just days earlier, truck drivers staged a major strike along Cameroon's primary trade route, complaining of harassment at checkpoints and poor working conditions, a situation that required military intervention to clear blocked roads. Incidents in the transport sectors in Cameroon, including those where drivers felt mistreated by security personnel, highlight a recurring pattern of conflict between authorities and transport workers nationwide. This pattern adds depth to understanding today's strike. Grievances are not only about a single shooting, but reflect frustrations over regulatory pressures, economic precarity, and perceived lack of protection or redress in the face of heavy-handed enforcement. Officials have been caught between maintaining order and acknowledging legitimate discontent. In Douala today, the strike prompted a swift law enforcement response aimed at clearing key roadways and preventing escalation, but also signs of willingness to open dialogue. Local authorities later appealed for calm and suggested they would investigate the shooting incident, signaling awareness that force alone cannot resolve underlying tensions. Just maybe. Meanwhile, communities across Douala and other cities have been affected by the ongoing protests and transport disruptions. broader economic ramifications, including stagnation of business activity and daily wage losses, have drawn increasing concern. While today's strike concluded on the same day, its reverberations are ongoing. Riders remain frustrated, and the government's response, whether through dialogue or enforcement, now faces greater scrutiny amid a national climate of political tension and protest fatigue. The motor taxi sector's grievances may continue to shape local and national debates on economic inclusion, policing practices, and civic engagement in Cameroon's evolving political landscape. That was what happened in Douala today, ladies and gentlemen. As of now, we are told around late afternoon, the protest was quelled and business was back as usual. Now, when I come back, I will take you to Bamenda, where a press release from the city council says the natural gas plant that was launched for 6 billion CFA is finally going to open tomorrow, December 12th.